Okay.
Don't panic at 8. Still have 9, 10. So just
Okay, good evening,
I'll try
everyone.
not to.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to
Good evening.
Learning by Saying. Today we have a fantastic speaker here. Is sharing with us these 10 proven ways to improve your relationship. So, without further
Wow.
ado, let's put our hands together and welcome Viet.
Thank
Okay,
you,
we'll
thank
pass the
you.
time to you, Viet, now. So we'll meet ourselves. Okay, go.
Okay, I'm going to share the slide screenshot. See what? Okay, just a minute. Oh my, just a minute. How come I can't share? Zoom?
wait, relax. You are using computer, right?
Yes, I am.
Do you press
My laptop.
the left column, left second from the top, the share
Yeah,
screen
green
share,
in
right?
color, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
screen share,
correct.
right? Then what happens?
If I mean, I can't seem to share my PowerPoint. Just a minute.
What do you see? Screen share, select the window.
Okay, got it. All right. Okay. Hi everyone. This is Green here. So basically, today I'll be sharing on 10 proven ways to improve your relationship. Okay. So this is something that I have actually recently read on from an online website called askman.com. So without further ado, I will go straight to these 10 proven ways to improve the relationship, which can be implied in both your relationship and also with your colleagues at work as well. Right? So I'll start off with the point number 10, which is solidifying your friendship. So how satisfied you feel in your relationship has to do with how connected you feel with your partner, basically. So there's a research that shows that our ability to connect with others, our attachment style is influenced by our childhood experience. So according to Pierre and Glasser in 2006 research, it was suggested that 65% of children can be classified as having a secure attachment style, with the remaining 35 having an insecure attachment style. So what is this all about? Is as an adult, an insecure attachment style is associated with relationship troubles, including like jealousy, obsession, and emotional highs and lows. All right. The good news here is this, that regardless of what your present pattern is, you can become more securely attached or connected to your partner by developing a deep friendship. All right. To do that, you need to actually spend more time with your partner doing something that you both enjoy. All right. And also update each other on your dislikes and likes, and current stress, and what are you interested that it's going on, the challenges that's going on in your life, because people change over time. Okay. And the point number 9 to improve is appreciate each other. Okay. Remember when you first started dating, how you used to go to extra miles to impress your partner? Well, the secret to a long, fulfilling relationship to continue is this, that you have to actively appreciate your partner. Okay. You don't necessarily have to, pull back everything that you used to do way back then, but you have to give a regular effort to show to your partner that you appreciate her or him in, improving your relationship. Okay, if you're not sure where to start, a good place to do this is by daily compliments. Okay, compliment your partner, maybe like your wives or your girlfriends, tell them how hot she looks, or to your husbands that thank you, and for the helps that they actually give, for the reminders that they actually give to you as well. Okay, the only rule here is this, that you have to make sure that whatever compliments that you're giving, it has to be a genuine compliment. And point number 8 is concentrate on the present to ensure your future. Relationship is basically now. So interestingly, the ability of your relationship to weather through times has a lot to do with your mutual availability in the here and now. Okay. Unfortunately, over times, for a variety of reasons, many couples move further apart from each other, meaning that when a rough patch hits, this relationship doesn't survive. Okay, to build a solid, rock solid relationship, you have to start by acknowledging rather than ignoring the ordinary moments in your relationship. If your partner wants to share something with you, let's say if she read something on the net, for example, take a minute to listen, even if you simply, grunt in response. It may sound strange, but if you accumulate enough of these little things, when you really need your partner, you will find she's there for you, or even he is there for you, or even your colleague is there for you. All right. The point number 7 here is this, that don't be soft. Okay. So here research have known for a long time that unhappy couples focus on the negative side of their relationships. An early study by Robbins and Price in 1980 found that unhappy couples underestimate the occurrence of pleasurable events in their relationship by 50%. And there was also another study by Fransham Beach and Bokun in 1987 that found that individuals in distressed relationship were prone to attributing negative intention to their partner's behavior. Okay, if you find yourself stuck in this rut of distortion thinking, the next time you have a negative thought about something your partner has done, try to come up with a more natural explanation of her action. Okay, another strategy is to consider whether you would judge yourself harshly if the situation were reversed. Okay, finally, remind yourself often of the good times that you were spent together recently. Okay, point number 6, sharing power. Okay, when a man is not willing to share power with his relationship partner, according to John Goffman's research indicated there is 81% chances that his relationship will self-destruct. Okay, while holding power may have got you ahead in your career, this strategy will backfire you in your relationship because your girlfriend will end up feeling like her opinion unvaluable and she doesn't matter to you. Okay? To help save your relationship, develop a more acceptable attitude towards compromise. Practice by giving in on issues you don't feel extremely inverted in. Right? So the point number 5 is to find common goals. Yes, we all have different goals in our lives, but try to find something which is common. So a study conducted in collaboration with a dating site in the US found that 13% of couples reported no longer having the same goals. This situation represents a ticking time bomb, as researchers have shown that couples who share dreams and goals have longer lasting, more satisfying relationships. So if you feel like you have been out of sync lately with your partner on this front, discuss your philosophy of life together. The aim is for both of you to share what you want in life to be about, where you want to end up, and what these things mean to you. Right? Look for anything that's common between the two of you and talk about ways to work towards the aspiration together. And point number 7 is basically understanding anger, because we all have got anger and our patterns in anger when it comes to any kind of relationship. So while outbursts of anger are common even in healthy relationships, when anger becomes an entrenched part of your couple life, you should be concerned about it. Okay? Sue Jones, who is actually a master therapist and also a pioneer of emotional focus therapy, okay, according to her treatment of distressed relationship, refers to anger as a secondary emotion. Her theory holds that other primary emotions such as sadness, fear of being abandoned can be found behind this anger front. Okay, think back to the last argument that you would have had with your partner and use this new knowledge to look for hidden messages in what you and your partner were each trying to communicate. Okay, attempting to disregard the anger tone you both used and try to tone into what you were each really trying to say will help you to see that you both have needs in your relationship that make sense. Okay? For instance, if If let's say your partner is telling to you you're a workaholic, so this might mean that I miss you and I want to spend more time.
8 minutes.
Okay. All right. The point number 3 is break the negative cycle. Okay. Troubled relationship tend to follow a demanding withdrawal pattern. That means that one person tend to be more critical and demanding, while the other person will be, withdrawal or shut down in response to conflict. So this is a study by Douglas Telly, a master of emotional focus therapy. Note that 85% of the time, men tend to be the withdrawal. And the reason behind this is very much biological, because men's cardiovascular systems are more responsive to stress. So tuning out your mate is an attempt to avoid uncomfortable sensations. Okay? To break the negativity pattern of conflict in your relationship next time things get heated up, let your partner know what's going on with you by saying, I can see that this issue is important to you. I'm feeling too angry to discuss it right now, though. So let's come back to this once we
9 minutes.
Okay, number 2 is focus on what is fixable. So focus on what you can actually fix. Okay, as long as the argument is not something like a roller coaster emotion, then consider it as fixable. So there's also a study by an economist, Jay Geoffrey, finding that 33% of couples had serious differences view of income, in wealth, and also in debts and things like that, especially when you're staying together. Okay, so maybe you can actually work out your finance, you can use like something like what we learn in MMI, the JAR system, to be able to work this out. So this method also can be used in other, other aspects of life as well. So the first one is accept the unsolvable. Unfortunately, there is certain, these relationship patterns that is unsolvable. And 69% of relationship conflicts are persistent problems. Meaning,
10 minutes.
okay. So basically, I'll just wrap it up on this. Okay, so this is basically something which is very painful, which is unresolved matters. So don't bring it forward into your current current relationship. That's what this point means.
Okay.
So that's all for today.
Okay, thank you, Veer. Let's give Veer a round of applause. Okay, so now it's a very interesting topic. So I believe the audience have got some questions they would like to ask you, and you can address to them as well. So may I know anybody on the floor would like to ask the questions to Veer?
Hello, Veer.
Hi.
Can you explain the negative cycle? What does it mean?
Come again?
Negative cycle, I think point number 3. Okay. Negative cycle.
Point number 3. Yeah.
What do you mean by negative cycle?
Okay, breaking the negative cycle, it's basically like, for instance, the trouble relationship is it's a withdrawal pattern, whereby usually when let's say a male and a female is actually having a conflict. So usually men is the one who try to withdraw. They will not say much. And the reason here is this, that the study here that shows is 85% of the time men's withdraw is because of more reason on their biological side, because men's cardiovascular system are more responsive to stress. So tuning out your mate is attempt to avoid uncomfortable sensations. So that is the reason that men actually pull out when it comes to an argument, in other words. That's what point number 3 means. So it has basically means that you have to let your partner know what's going on, and to break the pattern is this, that things are already heated up, that we will come back to this when we are both cool down. Then we will actually have the discussion. That's what point number 3 means. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? You're welcome.
So next question, anyone? Actually, I do have a question regarding don't distort, right? I think it's
Okay.
number 7, or I can't remember. I think it's number 7.
Okay.
Maybe can you
Yeah.
summarize this don't distort in a simpler form, because I don't quite understand it.
You don't quite understand it. Okay. Okay. Basically, this one is, let's say if okay, just a minute. Let me just try to go on. Uh, okay. Basically, it's like, for instance, if there's a lot of arguments that were coming into a relationship. So you have to always remind yourself of good times that you had together, and not, be carried away with the argument. Try to like find ways to resolve the matter. That's what I could understand in short.
So I'm thinking that okay, now I got this don't distort. What happened if usually when we are in a heated argument, right? So
Mm-hmm.
don't distort is really at a peaceful time where you can really peacefully be aware of something. But when you're heated argument, right? I think
Mm-hmm.
don't distort will be one of not a better virtue of
Not a
ours.
bad.
That means
Yeah,
it's
but
something which is very difficult
it's like
to.
yeah, it is true. It's difficult. It's very difficult to follow at that point of time when things are actually heated up. But if we can like train ourselves to, remind ourselves to be in, to not continue being in that heated up argument, then
I
we'll be
I
able to.
I kind of
Yeah.
think of something which maybe can apply also. Like
Okay.
maybe just by simple brief and then count to what 3 or 10s. I think somebody taught me that
Yeah.
when we do.
That
I mean,
also.
don't distort. It's just a it's like an image, but an action to like
Hello.
hello Cindy. An
Hello.
action. Hello Cindy. Can you hear us?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm back. Okay.
So I believe an action like brief and then count to 10 might helps. I think.
Yes.
Yeah, and I also would like to suggest that I think not only for couples, this relationship. When you're saying all this relationship, I kind of think of my kids as well. So like some of
Yes.
the
True.
common goals that I know I might not have enough common goals with my kids. Sometimes I find that, yeah, so what to do with them, you see. So I might be lacking of all this. I think it's very interesting the things that you mentioned. I kind of with my wife I do have majority of the things I can relate, but to my kids I also can relate that some of it I'm missing. So when you point it out, actually I find that yeah, actually I relate it to my kids more than my partner. So I think it applies. Yeah, it applies to the kids as well.
Yeah, to apply to kids as well. Yeah, true. So it's basically in this point number 7, it's also another thing that I would like to, because it's one of the point here is, you in this situation try to like turn tables. Try to put yourself into that position. Will you be that harsh to yourself? Would you want someone to be that harsh to you? When we are in a heated up argument, I would also like to point that as well. Yeah. Any other question?
Yep. Thank you. Any other questions? All right. If there's no more questions, maybe you all can ask later when offline. You can type inside the WhatsApp, and Veer will answer it later on. So for today's session, so we'll thank Veer for being the speaker of the day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
dear.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
dear.
Thank
you.
you. And we'll see you the next
Yeah.
session again. Bye
Yeah. Okay.
bye.
Definitely.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Good
Bye.
night.
Bye. Good
Good night.
night.